LTR method, and LTR stands for life through rhythm. The whole point is to find your best self through playing the drums and the magic that this creates. And even just hitting a drum and pulling the sound out of it, it's amazing the magic that this has, which is how you move is how you groove. So say it with me, I can see you. How you move is how you groove. And it's really motion creates sound. So sometimes I call this the martial arts of drumming. I remember my teacher told me, watch some of your favorite drummers with the sound on mute, and you can see like the greats like Steve Gadd or Billy Cobham or Chad Smith from the Chili Peppers or John Bonham or Max Roach, just any of these greats that we love, how they move, the drums is just kind of catching that. So you could almost think of it like an extension of our bodies and the way we're moving in rhythm. And the way we walk, if you think of dancing, the way you just kind of conduct yourself. Miles Davis used to say when he saw people walk and how they carried themselves and their body language, it would tell him about what they were going to sound like when they picked up their instrument. And that goes for any instrument. How you move and how you groove is connected not only to the drums, but any instrument. But drums is so much about movement that sometimes I think, maybe I'm not a drum teacher, this is really a study of movement. And then the sound will take care of itself. So you may have heard the expression, focus on the process and the result will take care of itself. Focus on the process and the result will take care of itself. So this is the systems we have, our daily practice, and really if you get the movements right and you really study that, your sound will be created. And that's really the goal of what we want to study in drums, is to create a sound. Obviously this is sound. Why else would we, what else are we going for here? So I want to share with you one of my favorite drummers and people, Jojo Mayer. Great example of LTR, life through rhythm, which is bridging the gap with our human potential and the power that drumming brings. There's just so many great interviews I've heard with Jojo. I've been honored to have dinner with him and hang out with him a few times, and just how his mind works and his I guess you call it philosophy. There's such a direct connection to his sound and his expression on drums. And that's what LTR is about. It's not about the paradiddles, although those are cool. It's not about how fast you play, although that's cool too. It's about who you become as a person on this journey. And the drums is just a mirror of that. Imagine the worst kit you've ever seen. If you could take a kit, throw it down the stairs, it's chipped, drive a car over it, take a baseball bat to it a few times, kick it. God forbid, don't actually, we would never do this to our beautiful drums. But if you can imagine a set that's just been buried in the earth and dug up and fallen off a truck and all this stuff and water damage, and that's kind of what this kit looks like. If you look closely, there's a sponge duct taped to the snare drum. I love it. I freaking love it. The heads should be in a museum. They're old and dented and ancient. And so this kit is, you get the point, this kit is not exactly the best kit. And sometimes we get really hung up in gear. And I've never been a big gearhead, although I like to take pride in the equipment that I use. You can see it around me. Sabian cymbals, Sonar drums, Remo drum heads, Vic Firth sticks. These Prologix pads. All the stuff that is surrounding me in the studio is like the tools of the finest craftsmanship. And that's fantastic. All the great drummers took fine care with the tools that they used to express themselves. But as we say in the LTR method, it's kind of, if you think of that character Two-Face in the Batman series or the Marvel comics, it's like on one hand we say, yes, choose your gear with the finest detail. And the flip side of that is gear doesn't matter. So repeat after me, gear doesn't matter. So we're kind of saying both those things, which is the yin-yang of what the LTR method, drumming, and life is. It's really two things kind of simultaneously at once. What you're gonna see in this clip, Jojo playing like the worst kit you can possibly imagine, but making it sound awesome and really, really cool. And to me, it's like what he's feeling as he plays it. He's having fun, he's grooving, and he's into the musicians he's playing with. These other guys, I'm not sure their names, but they're sitting in chairs. They're just in like a little kitchen, just jamming, no audience. And they're like bouncing in their chairs and just like, yeah, man, you rock. And they're having this like musical conversation, which is what music is all about. It's about interaction, synergy. We're all gonna go to a place that we can't go to individually. So in this case, it's a trio playing together. And just watch the way he's moving. Jojo has studied movement. So as we call it in the LTR method, the two pillars of technique: letting a stick bounce and moving your body in a whipping motion or a wave motion. And then you'll see that anything he plays, he's able to use these principles of movement and make it groove, make it have great energy, make you smile. You're gonna watch this clip and not be able to resist kind of moving and bobbing your head, okay? Check it out, enjoy it. This is Jojo Mayer playing one of the worst kits I've ever seen and making it sound awesome. How you move is how you groove.